Hello my scholars, and you are welcome to my school channel. My name is Frank. In this lesson video, we are going to be tackling JAMB CBT biology past question for the year 2008. Please do not go anywhere, relax, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to my school channel. In this lesson video, we are going to be answering question 1 to 25. So let's begin with question 1. In terms of the number of individuals, which of the following taxa is most inclusive? So the word most inclusive here simply means highest position in taxonomic categories. So at the very top is the domain. We have the kingdom, we have the phylum, we have the class, we have the order, we have the family, we have the genus, and we have the species. Okay, so if you look at the option provided here carefully from A to option D, you'll find out that the one highest in taxonomic ranking here is class. Okay, so that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 2. A characteristic that can possibly be shared by both living and non-living organisms is A, locomotion. Okay, so locomotion simply means movement. So living things can move, but non-living things cannot move. So locomotion cannot be shared by both living and non-living things. So option B, we have irritability. Irritability is the ability of an organism to respond to stimulus. Okay, so non-living things, they don't respond to stimulus. Okay, but living things do. Why C has to do with C is increase in biomass. So bio means life, and mass has to do with the quantity of matter contained in the body. Okay, so the biomass here is only common to living things, okay, and not non-living things. Why D, we have increase in size. Yes, both living things and non-living things can increase in size, okay, but now non-living things, they increase in size due to external forces. For example, if I should put an iron in fire, after some time the iron will expand. Okay, so that makes option D the correct answer to this question, because both living and non-living things can increase in size. Humans can increase in size, animals can increase in size. Okay, and when non-living substances like iron, like I said earlier on, is heated, okay, it's actually increased in size. So that makes option D the correct answer to this question. Question 3. The cell of an onion bulb can be differentiated from a chick cell by the presence of dash: A, plasmalemma, B, chloroplast, C, cell wall, D, nucleus. So the answer to this question is cell wall. So what is chick cell? Chick cell simply refers to epithelial cells that line the inside of the mouth. Okay, so just as in all animal cells, okay, the chick cell does not possess cell wall, whereas the onion bulb, okay, the cell of the onion bulb possesses cell wall. So that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 4. In plants, the structure that performs a similar function with the testes in mammals is the dash: A, we have stigma; B, filament; C, we have anther; and D, we have receptacle. Okay, so the structure in plant that performs a similar function as the testes in mammals is the anther. Okay, the main reproductive part of a plant is the stamen, and the stamen is divided into two parts: the filament and the anther. But the anther is located on top of the filament. Okay, so the anther is where polygrains are produced and housed, just like the way the sperm is produced in the testes of humans. Okay, so that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 5. The bacterial type that are arranged in chains are the dash. Now remember, this question is about the shape of the bacteria that are listed here. Okay, so A, we have staphylococci. Okay, so staphylococci is the plural form of these bacteria, if you have them more than one. So the singular is staphylococcus. Okay, so when staphylococcus is viewed under microscope, okay, they appear round and bunched together, okay, like as if they are gathered together. While we have Clostridia. Okay, Clostridia and bacilli, they're almost the same, in the sense that they belong to any of the genus rod-shaped, okay, usually gram-positive bacteria. While option C, streptococci, refers to bacteria's characteristic groups in chain that resembles string or beads. Okay, so that makes option C the correct answer to this question, streptococci. Question 6. The most abundant group of organisms in the animal kingdom is dash: A. Mammalia, B. Aves, C. Annelida, and D. Insecta. So the Insecta, which comes under the phylum Arthropoda, forms the most abundant species, okay, in the animal kingdom. In fact, almost 60% of the animals known are insect species. So that makes option D the correct answer to this question. Question 7. Radial symmetry is a feature common to dash: A. Platyhelminthes, B. nematodes, C. coelenterids, and D. arthropods. So the answer to this question is coelenterids, option C. Radial symmetry is a feature common to the coelenterids. So the coelenterids are aquatic animals that include jellyfish, coral, and sea anemones. They exhibit radial symmetry, which means that their body parts are arranged around the central axis, just like a spoke on a wheel. So that makes option C the answer to this question. Question 8. Which of the following is used mainly for balancing in fish? A. We have the caudal fin. So the caudal fin is another word for tail. So the caudal fin is responsible for propulsion. Okay, it allows fishes to move forward in water. Then B, we have the pectoral fin. So the pectoral fin is located on the side of the fish, just behind the gills. Okay, so the pectoral fin is just like a steering devices, okay, which enables the fish to change direction swiftly in water. Okay, why C, we have the anal fish. The anal fish is located close to the anus of the fish. Okay, and it serves the same purpose as the caudal fin, which is responsible for propulsion. Okay, while we have the dorsal fin. The dorsal fin is located on top of the fish, in between the head and the tail. And this dorsal fin serves multiple purposes, okay, which include stabilization and balance in water. Okay, so that makes option D the correct answer. Okay, so the dorsal fin is the fin that the fish mainly use in balancing in water. Question 9. The beak of a duck is structurally adapted for A. Scooping and sieving food, B. Catching and grasping food, C. Picking and cracking food, D. Boring and sucking food. So the answer to this question is option A. The beak of a duck is structurally adapted for scooping and sieving food. So the beak helps them to strain small plants and animals from water while sieving out muddy water. So that makes option A the correct answer to this question. Question 10. The most important characteristic that makes reptiles to conquer terrestrial habitats is the possession of A. long tail, B. scaly skin, C. sharp claws, D. amniotic egg. So the answer to this question is option D. amniotic egg. The shell, the membrane, and other structure of an amniotic egg protect and nourish the embryo. They keep the embryo safe and moist while it grows and develops. Okay, so that makes option D the correct answer to this question. Question 11. In a dicotyledonous stem, the zone between the epidermis and the pericycle is the dash. A, we have cortex, B, we have stele, C, we have xylem, and D, we have phloem. So the answer to this question is option A, the cortex. So the cortex is a multi-layered cells sandwiched between the epidermis and the pericycle. It consists of three subzones. From outer to inner is the hypodermis, the cortical layer, and the endodermis. Okay, so that makes option A the correct answer to this question. Of course, we know option C to be the xylem that carries water from the roots to the rest part of the plant, and we know the phloem that carry manufactured food in the leaf to other parts of the plant. Okay, but the answer to this question is option A, cortex. Question 12. The order of passage of food in the digestive system is A, ileum, cecum, large intestine and rectum, B, ileum, colon, cecum, rectum, C, large intestine, ileum, cecum, rectum, D, colon, cecum, ileum, and rectum. So the answer to this question is option A, ileum, cecum, large intestine, and rectum. The ileum is part of the small intestine, and we know that it is in the small intestine that food absorption of food takes place. Okay, while the second connects the small intestine to the large intestine. Okay, any undigested food usually pass through the large intestine down to the rectum. Okay, the rectum is connected to the anus where it is passed out as feces. Okay, so that makes option A the correct answer to this question. Do you know you can take practice question with our simulated JAMB CBT past question? All you need to do is to click on the link in the description below, and this will take you to my school website. There you have to download my school mobile app for your Android devices and my school software for your laptops and computer. Please go ahead and start practicing. Moving on to question 13. Insectivorous plants trap and kill their prey to derive dash. A, we have phosphorus, B, calcium, C, nitrogen, and D, zinc. So insectivorous plants refers to those plants that eat insects. So what they do is that they derive their nutrient from the insects they trap and consume. Now these plants are usually found in soils that are nitrogen deficient, and that is the reason why they actually trap and consume insects in order to absorb this nutrient from the insect. So the answer to this question is option C. I believe you are enjoying this video content. If yes, please do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and lastly tap on the notification bell to get informed as soon as we release the next video. Question 14. In the alimentary system of a bird, the function of teeth is carried out by the A, crop, B, beak, C, gizzard, D, tongue. Okay, so the answer to this question is gizzard. Okay, so birds, they don't have teeth unlike animals. So what they do is that they swallow their food whole. Okay, and the gizzard, which is the muscular part of their stomach, actually grind this food so that they can digest it. Okay, so the part of the alimentary system of the bird that serves as teeth is the gizzard. So that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 15. What will happen when two equal sized pieces of unripe pawpaw labeled S and Y are dropped into equal volumes of concentrated salt solution and distilled water respectively? A, pawpaw S will become turgid. B, both will increase in size. C, pawpaw Y will become turgid. And D, both will decrease in size. So the answer to this question is C, pawpaw Y will become turgid. And the reason is because pawpaw Y is dropped, okay, in distilled water. Okay, and that distilled water is an example of hypotonic solution, in the sense that the solute concentration of the distilled water is less than that of the cell. So distilled water will flow into the pawpaw cell, okay, making the pawpaw cell or causing the pawpaw cell to become turgid or swollen. Okay, so that's why option C is the correct answer to this question. Question 16. Exhaled air differs from inhaled air in that it's a less amount of carbon dioxide. No, exhaled air contains a higher amount of carbon dioxide than inhaled air. So A is not the answer to this question. Option B is usually lower in temperature. Option C often has more oxygen. Option D usually has more water vapor. So the answer to this question is option D. Exhaled air usually has more water vapor, and the reason is simply because of the difference in temperature and humidity between the respiratory system and the surrounding. Okay, so that makes option D the correct answer to this question. Question 17. In the mammalian kidney, the Bowman's capsule is located in the A, ureter, B, pelvis, C, cortex, and D, medulla. So the Bowman capsule is also known as glomerular capsule. Okay, and the Bowman capsule is a cup-like sac at the beginning of the tubular component of a nephron of the mammalian gland that perform the first step in the filtration of blood to form urine. It is located in the cortex. Okay, so that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 18. A plant parenchymal cell also acts as a support tissue when it A becomes flaccid, B contains crystal, C becomes turgid, and D is pigmented. So the answer to this question is option C. The parenchyma, apart from acting as a storage site for starch, protein, oil, and so on, they also contribute support to plant, okay, if they become turgid. So that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 19. During ovulation, an egg is released from the A. corpus luteum, B. ovarian funnel, C. Graafian follicle, D. fallopian tube. So the answer to this question is option C, Graafian follicle. So the Graafian follicle, which is a matured follicle, contains secondary oocytes. So this follicle causes a bulge on the surface of the ovary. It finally splits the ovarian lining and releases egg into the abdominal cavity. Okay, so that makes option C the answer to this question. Question 20. The transmission of impulses along a nerve fiber is characterized by A. hormonal and temperature changes, B. electrical and ionic changes, C. hormonal and changes, D. electrostatic changes. So the answer to this question is option B, electrical and ionic changes. Neurons send message electrochemically. This means chemicals on neurons can cause an electrical impulse. Okay, so that makes option B the correct answer to this question. Question 21. The major consequences of bush burning in an ecosystem is A. the loss of water, B. the loss of biological diversity, C. a decrease in animal population, D. an increase in soil fertility. Okay, so the answer to this question is option B, the loss of biological diversity. Okay, so when a piece of land is set on fire, a lot of animal and plant species are actually destroyed, and this leads to loss of biological diversity. Biological diversity then refers to different plants and animals, okay, that are found on that particular piece of land that was set on fire. Okay, so this fire will lead to their destruction, or those that are able to escape from the fire will run away from the fire. Okay, so that makes option B the correct answer to this question. Do you have any question to ask? Please feel free to ask your question by clicking on the link in the description below, and this will take you to my school website. There you can ask all your questions and solution will be provided within a short period of time. Moving on to question 22. Which of the following association is an example of mutualism? A. we have Hydra, Pharidis and Zuchlorella. B. human and lice. C. shark and remola fish. While D. bread and Rhizopus stolonifer. So the answer to this question is option A, Hydra, Pharidis and Zuchlorella. The relation between Hydra and Zuchlorella is that of a mutual relationship. Okay, it's a symbiotic relationship between two different organisms that interact and in some cases depend on each other for survival. So what happens between the two organisms here is that the Zuchlorella often colors the host green, while the feeding of the Hydra actually contributes to the growth of the Zuchlorella. Okay, so that makes option A the correct answer to this question, in a sense that both organisms that are involved in that relationship benefit from the interaction. So that makes option A the correct answer to this question. Do you have better steps or explanation to any of this question? Please go to the comment section below and comment the question number and the solution you wish to share. Question 23. In a typical freshwater habitat, the edge of the stream or pond constitutes the A. tidal zone, B. intertidal zone, C. littoral zone, D. euphotic zone. So the answer to this question is option C, littoral zone. So the littoral zone is the shallow part of the freshwater habitat, okay, that is very close, or that is close to the shore. Okay, so that makes option C the correct answer to this question. Question 24. The main ecological problem facing intertidal organisms is, now, so intertidal organisms are the organisms that are found in intertidal zone. And intertidal zone is the area between high and low tides where water meets the land. So seashore, shoreline crustaceans, okay, have robust exoskeleton that protects them from desiccation or drying out and wave damage. Okay, so that makes option A the correct answer to this question, desiccation. Question 25. Stomata of some plants are sunken and protected by hairs. These are features of A. mesophytes. So mesophytes are plants that grows in a well-watered ground. B. we have epiphytes. Epiphytes are plants that grows on trees. While C. we have hydrophytes. Hydrophytes are plants that grows on water. A good example is your water lily. While D. we have xerophytes. So xerophytes are plants that grow in where there is little liquid water like desert. Okay, so the answer to this question is option D. Okay, so xerophytes, they have stomatas that are sunken and protected by hairs, and the reason for that is to prevent loss of water through transpiration. So that makes option D the correct answer to this question. I believe you are enjoying this video content. If yes, please do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and lastly, tap on the notification bell to get informed as soon as we release the next videos.